So today we're going to look at the second part of this worksheet that we were working on. Okay, there are measures here like net operating working capital, total operating capital, investment in TOC, etc. Let's begin with the end in mind. Ang gusto talaga natin kung bakit natin mini-measure yung mga these metrics is that we'd like to compute for ito yung end goal natin, ROIC, market value added, at saka yung EVA, economic value added. Bakit? Ba't importante itong measures na to? They are important metrics because we would like to assess if management is creating value for the shareholders, for the investors, or value is being destroyed. Siyempre, as an investor, gusto natin malaman kung okay ba yung performance ng company. Kasi kung hindi, we have the option kung shareholder tayo, if it's listed in the stock exchange, pwede tayo mag-pull out dun sa company, no? And invest elsewhere if the company is not able to create value. Okay, Hana, later na lang after our session, no? Please inform me para i-check yung attendance. Okay, so as I was saying, guys, kailangan makompute natin si ROIC, si EVA, at saka si MVA. Okay, so madaling makompute siya kasi may kwento naman yan eh, no? There's a story behind this. Okay, so first things first, let's learn what the first measures are. Itong net operating working capital at saka total operating capital. We start first with the concept of working capital. Ano ba yung working capital? So dito sabi natin, ang WC is working capital, no? So this is working capital, just to be clear. Working capital. Generally, guys, pag sinabi natin working capital, it refers to your current assets. Alam naman natin yung current assets, di ba? Cash, marketable securities, receivables, inventories, and prepayments. Yun ang current assets natin. Now, yung net working capital is the difference between your current assets and your current liabilities. So current liabilities, andyan yung mga payables natin, andyan yung mga accruals, no? Okay, so that's your current liabilities. So pag sinubtract natin yan from current assets to get your net working capital. Now, medyo iba to, no? Kasi may operating dito. Net operating working capital, which is your operating current assets minus your operating current liabilities. Okay, in order to understand what this net operating working capital is, let's take a look at the balance sheet. Okay, tingnan natin itong balance sheet, no? So we have here cash and cash equivalents, short-term investments, AR, and inventories. Dito, guys, ang operating will be cash, AR, and inventories. So hindi kasama si short-term investments sa operating. Okay, kasama siya sa current assets, but not a part of operating current assets. Okay, it's not part of your operating current assets. So ang kasama lang sa operating current assets is cash, AR, and inventories. For your operating current liabilities, it's accounts payable and accruals. Hindi kasama si notes payable because this is interest bearing. So financing to, no? Okay, therefore, we can now easily compute for your net operating working capital, which is your operating current assets minus operating current liabilities. So let's flash the formula here. Okay, so ang formula nito is just the sum of your cash to, and then receivables, and then your inventory. So hindi natin sinama si short-term investments. Kinapi lang natin yung formula to the right kasi pwede naman kasi magkatabi naman yung 2020 natin at 2019. Now, itong operating current liabilities will be just the sum of your payables, accounts payable, and your accruals. Hindi kasama si notes payable kasi interest bearing yan. Okay? So we have now the amount for operating current assets and operating current liabilities. We can now have your NOWC. NOWC at the beginning of the year was 315. At the beginning of 2020, 315 siya, which is the ending of 2019. No? So at the end of the year, it was 330. It means that the company invested, kung kunin natin difference na yan, they invested 15,750 in terms of operating capital, operating working capital, nadagdagan ng 15,750. Now, we need to compute for the TOC, the total operating capital. And that's computed by the net operating working capital, which we already have plus the net fixed assets. So kailangan natin ma-add si net to, no? Net fixed assets. Okay? So NOWC, we already have that here. Si net fixed assets, guys, kinuha lang natin dito sa balance sheet. Net fixed assets. Yan, 33750. Okay? And take note, guys, para nagkapareho lang siya, coincidental lang yan. Okay? The probability for them to be the same is practically remote, no? So nagkataon lang dito na pareho sila. Okay? Pati dito, no? So as to the question, lagi ba sila magkapareho? Hindi. Nagkataon lang yan. So we add this to NOWC at saka net fixed assets to get your total operating capital. Okay? So for 2019 or for the beginning of 2020, we have 630. Okay? Take note of this kasi gagamitin natin mamayang 630 na to, no? So we're saying that at the beginning of the year, management was provided with operating capital worth 630,000. So across during the duration of the period, tumaas siya. Ibig sabihin, nadagdagan ng yung operating capital ng 31,500. And this one, guys, 31,500, ito yon. That was the investment in TOC. Gagamitin din natin yung investment in TOC later on. Okay? So take note, guys, ang operating capital, no, provided by investors, 630 at the beginning of the year, naging 661 at the end of the year, which means that there was an additional 31,500. So kailangan natin to later on, gagamitin natin to para ma-assess natin, okay ba yung performance ng company? No? Okay, we'll be needing this, yung operating capital na binigay sa kanila. All right, next we go to NOPAT, net operating profit after tax, which is different from net income after tax. Yung net income after tax, guys, nasa taas lang yan. Yun yung makikita natin sa income statement. So you first have your EBIT, your operating profit, and then less interest to get your earnings before tax, and then less tax, in this case, it's 40%, then to get your net income after tax. Ano yung net operating profit? Okay, now, yung interest kasi, guys, hindi responsibility ng operations yan. Okay, so unfair naman na i-charge natin sila ng 10,470 na wala naman silang control dyan. Imagine, guys, just to sabihin natin hyperbolize the example, no? Okay, so 99,200, what if interest expense was 1 million? Eh di wiped out kagad yung operating profit ng company, no? Eh kawawa naman yung operations. Okay? Sabihin sa kanila, eh tingnan nyo, yung earnings before tax yung negative na. Bakit? Pangit ba yung EBIT? Not necessarily. It's because interest expense was 1 million. Diba? So, kinarga doon yung 1 million, minus doon, nagka-negative na talaga. So, kasi we're trying to look at the operating performance. So, we will assume that interest expense is zero. Okay? Kasi we don't want to charge operations with this interest expense. Therefore, ang mangyayari yung earnings before interest and taxes natin, yung EBIT natin, magiging pareho lang sa EBT. Okay? And then we subtract tax. Tax based on the 99,200, 40% nito, okay, to get 59,520. That's our NOPAT, 59,520. But notice, guys, NOPAT, as compared to NIAT, the difference is not 10,470. Kasi you might be tempted to think, hindi naman nagbawas ang 10,470 dito. Therefore, ang difference sila 10,470. That's wrong. Bakit? Kasi merong leverage effect. You see here this word leverage. Yung paggamit ng debt, yung paggamit ng credit, guys, pag umuutang tayo, may advantage din yan. Okay, so it has what we call a leverage effect. Okay, let me explain that. So a lever, guys, ito yung lever, para may fulcrum dito. Okay, tapos yung paggamit ng ng utang, okay, the effect has an increase. may positive effect yung paggamit ng utang which generates interest, no? It generates interest, so nakakatulong din sa operating performance yan. So there's a measure called degree of operating leverage and degree of financial leverage. Okay? Hindi natin madidiscuss to ngayon, but just just be aware that there's a measure like this. You can search it in the net if you want. Degree of operating leverage and degree of financial leverage. And it tells us that may advantage talaga yung paggamit ng utang. Okay, so briefly guys, just to have a quick review, ano advantage ang paggamit ng credit? Ba't tayo uutang? Well, number one, primarily guys, because there might be some projects which the company cannot afford at that particular point in time. Wala silang sufficient funds na yun. Eh yung project na yun, ang return niya after assessment by the company is greater than the WACC. So ang laki ng ang laki ng potential, ang laki ng returns. So should management now, should the CFO now say, ay sayang, hindi natin makukuha yung project na yun kasi wala tayong funds. Ang role ng CFO, maghanap ng funds para ma-finance yung project na yun, especially kung maganda yung project. And this is where, kung hindi sufficient yung internal funds, this is where external funds will come in. Kung maganda yung track record ng company, then they can borrow. Okay? Venice, no? Pag may utang, okay, ang question ni Dennis dito, i-clear lang natin ha. Pag may utang kasi guys, di ba, may interest expense. Okay, take note, deductible yung interest expense yan. Kaya ang earnings before tax natin, yung taxable income natin, mas maliit kaysa dito. Ito 99,200, ito 88,730 lang. Di ba? So sino mas maliit na tax? Yung gumamit ng utang. Okay? There is tax savings to the tune of 4,188. And that's 40%. Doon na pupunta guys. Yung ito interest expense, 40% of that accrues to the tax savings. Kaya ang lamang lang ni NOPAT kaysa kay NIAT is only 60%, not the whole 100%. Of course guys, kung 30% yung tax rate, 30-70 yung yung magiging proportion yan. Okay? Did that answer your question, Venice? Okay, Venice, did that answer your question? Okay, and also reminder lang, no, yung question siya paki-chat to everyone para Okay, kasi yung question dito ni Venice, deduction po sa tax ba yung may debt? Yes. Okay, ibig sabihin, liliit yung taxable income natin. Bakit lumiit yung taxable income natin? May utang may interest, no? So yung interest, deductible yan sa sa EBIT natin, no? So lumiit yung taxable base natin as compared to this one. Okay? So guys, kung alam natin interest expense, malalaman natin yung lamang ng NOPAT sa NIAT by multiplying the interest expense with the 1 minus tax rate. Okay, yun yung residual, no? Kaya ito ang lamang ng NOPAT sa NIAT 6282 and not 10470, which is the interest expense. Okay? I hope that's clear guys, no? Pause muna ako. Is that concept clear? Paki-chat naman ng yes or no. Mas malaki yung NOPAT, no, kaysa sa net income after tax. But the advantage is not equal to the interest expense. The advantage is that the interest expense times 1 minus tax rate. Yung lamang lang ng NOPAT. Okay, I don't see any response from the others. Clear ba so far guys yung pag-compute ng NOPAT? Okay. Yan, thank you. Thank you, Hannah. Sa iba, okay, Rian, salamat. Okay, Gianna, Denise, and Janry, thank you. Okay, yan. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate sana kung tuloy-tuloy yung yes, Ibig sabihin, andyan kayo. You're in the moment, you're present, you're listening to me. Okay, thank you, Ivan, Jody, and the rest. No? Salamat. Salamat pagsagot. Hindi ko pa rin talaga nakukuha yung 100% na response from you guys. Sana umabot sa ganun. Okay. So, NOPAT guys can easily be computed. Paano natin na-compute yung NOPAT? Ito yung ginamit natin na nag-structure pa tayo ng ganito. Pero actually, madaling ma-compute yung NOPAT. Okay? By just, gagamitin natin EBIT, tapos ibawas natin yung sa tax rate. Okay, ito, no? EBIT din to times, ima-minus natin yung tax rate, no? This is the tax rate. Okay, so that's now your NOPAT. Okay, NOPAT for 2020 was 59,520. NOPAT for 2019 was 56,700. Okay, we now go to free cash flow, guys. Another important concept. Free cash flow is the cash flow available for distribution to investors. Ang investors natin, yung shareholders at saka yung creditors, after, okay, take note of that word, after deducting cash flow requirements for operations. Ano ba yung cash flow requirements natin for operations for 2020? Okay, thank you. Kasi dito sabi, after deducting cash flow requirements for operations, ano ba yun? Di ba ang cash flow requirements natin for 2020, yung additional na 31,500 na to. No? So from 630, naging 661,500, ibig sabihin nadagdagan tayo ng operating capital na 31,500. Okay, so basing it on this definition, therefore, ang free cash flow natin will be 28,020. Saan galing yan? Kailangan natin sinopat, i-minus natin yung net investment in TOC. Okay, so that gives us 28,020. Okay? All right. So, free cash flow, guys, ang gamit yan is cash flow available for distribution to investors. So, sino-sino investors? Shareholders, creditors. So, ginagamit si free cash flow sa itong liman to, okay? Pambayad ng interest. Remember, investor din si si creditor. Payment of principal. For shareholders, distribution of dividends. And sometimes the company might decide to buy back stocks. Ibig sabihin ng buy back stocks or treasury stock, kunyari, si Globe Telecom, siya mismo bibilhin yung stocks niya sa stock market, sa secondary stock market. So that's what we call buy back yung shares ng company mismo or treasury stock. Now, I want you now to search for yourself, bakit kaya nagba-buy back yung company? What's the purpose of doing treasury stock? Okay, so I want you to try to research on that. Ano yung advantage ng company kung magba-buy back siya ng stocks niya? And lastly, guys, cash flow requirements for, sorry for the grammatical error, this is for non-operating assets or activities. I'll just put here assets. Okay, so these are the five uses of your free cash flow. As the name suggests, guys, free, no? Free to distribute to shareholders. Okay, so that's computed by just your net operating profit after tax minus the net investment in TOC. Pwede ba natin, guys, class, ma-compute yung free cash flow for 2019? Answer is hindi. Bakit? Kasi to compute for the free cash flow for 2019, kailangan natin yung investment in total operating capital. No? So that will require changes between 2019 and 2018. Eh wala tayong 2018, di ba? Ito na-compute natin kasi meron tayong 2019. Compare natin TOC 2020, TOC 2019. So, makukompute natin kasi makukuha natin yung investment in TOC. If we don't have 2018, then we will not be able to compute for a free cash flow for 2019. Okay. Then, ito na, guys, yung mga measures natin. Okay. First, my question is, okay, nag-generate tayo ng NOPAT na 59, for 2020, it's 59,520. Okay, may tanong ako, guys. I have this question. Okay. Okay, so si Company A, ang NOPAT niya is 59,520. Company B has a NOPAT equivalent to 1 million. Okay. Question. Which company performed better? Company A or Company B? Chat, please, guys. A or B, right? Just A or B. Ng alam Paul. Okay. Ano guys? Ano answer? A or B? Okay, mali. Okay. So Paul nga tayo guys. Question is, which company performed better, no? A or B? Okay, I want to see your answer. A few more seconds, guys. Waiting for the rest. Wala pa tayong 50% na sumagot. Okay, thank you. I'm still waiting for 12 more who haven't answered. Okay, kulang pa. 10 pa hindi sumasagot. Okay, thank you. Okay, konti na lang guys. Yan, konti na lang. Okay, 5 more have not answered. Okay. A few more seconds. Okay, 4 have not answered. Okay. Kulang na lang ng 3. Okay, sana 100% ang sumagot. Okay. All right. So let's end this. 3 were not able to answer, but that's good. No? Dalawa na lang. Okay. End ko na yung poll. Okay. And okay, it's a tie, guys. No? It's a tie. 15-15. Okay. 15 of you answered A. Okay. Sino nag-answer ng A? Would you like to share why you're saying, ano? Anyone? Would you like to volunteer? Anyone, guys? Would like to share kung bakit, ano? Kung bakit A yung answer nyo? Volunteer, please. O kaya kung bakit B? Anyone? Okay. Bakit ano? Bakit, di ba tinanong ko kayo? Sabi natin, si Company A, ang NOPAT niya is 59,520. Yung company na ina-analyze natin. Si B, ang NOPAT niya 1 million. So which is the better performing company? Okay? So, mukhang split yung house, ano? Okay. So let me answer that. What we can say is that B has the higher NOPAT, net operating profit after tax, compared to A. As to the question, which company is a better performing company? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ivan. Okay. Ivan, paki-unmute, please.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Mm. Sir, my answer is company B
company
is
B. Okay.
operating better po.
Yes.
Since 1 million is higher than 59,520 po.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ivan. That's correct, no? Sabi ni Ivan, yung portion na sinabi niya, mas malaki yung NOPAT over ng B over A. That's unquestionable. No? Hindi natin pwede i-question. Talagang mas malaki yung NOPAT ni B kaysa kay A. Kaso guys, when you're asked for which one is more efficient, better performing, we cannot just base it on the NOPAT. Bakit? Kasi guys, sina natin magkano yung ginamit na na capital ni A? Na yung total operating capital niya at the beginning of the year. Okay, it was 630,000, di ba? In other words, A was able to generate 59,520 na NOPAT using 630 na total operating capital. Now, just to dramatize the guys, just to dramatize this illustration. What if si B, ang TOC niya is 10 billion? Okay? So imagine that, guys. Naka-generate nga siya ng mas malaking NOPAT, 1 million, no? Pero ang TOC niya, the capital that was provided to management was 10 billion. Okay, naka-generate siya ng NOPAT na 1 million. Higher than 59,520. Pero guys, in terms of efficiency, in terms of better performance, that's why we have now a measure called ROIC. Dito na papasok guys yung ROIC. Okay, ROIC, Return on Invested Capital. Okay, pag nakakita kayo guys ng ratio na return, lagi ang numerator niyan is yung profit, no? So si ROIC, ang numerator niya is NOPAT divided by yung TOC natin beginning. Okay? Which is 59,520 divided by 630. Ang kwento niyan guys, ganito, no? Binigyan si management ng 630,000 at the beginning. Magkano yung na-generate niya na operating profit? So it turns out na kapag generate siya ng 59,520, okay, and then we don't just measure the absolute value ng 59,520, kunin natin magkano yung profit niya na generate per 1 peso of beginning capital. So it's 9.45%, no? Bigyan natin dito. So si company A, ang ROIC niya 9.45%. Okay, which is just the same as 0.0945, no? Anong ibig sabihin niyan? Okay, kung i-divide natin ng 1 yan, ibig sabihin, for every 1 peso of operating capital, nakapag-generate ng operating profit si company A ng 9 centavos. 9.45 centavos. No? Good or bad? Well, we cannot say it's good or bad unless we benchmark. No? Assuming guys na ito yung direct competitor natin. No? So magkano yung ROIC nito? The ROIC of company B is if you divide guys, it's 0.01%. Okay, 0.01%. Ano ibig sabihin nun? 0.0001 over 1. So sa bawat piso na operating capital na binigay kay company B, nakapag-generate sila ng 0.01 centavos. Hindi nga umabot ng ito kay company A 9 centavos no? 9.45 centavos. Ito kay company B 0.01 centavos lang. Okay? So which is the better performer? Definitely guys, it's company A. Okay, it was more efficient kahit na mas maliit yung NOPAT niya. Okay, so that brings me guys to later on pag nag-a-analyze na kayo, huwag niyo basta-basta titingnan yung net income. Si company A mas magaling kasi net income niya 100 million. Si company B ang net income lang niya 1 million. Not so fast guys, no? Not so fast. Because we have to take a look. Okay, may mga questions dito, sandali lang ha. Sir, the bigger the ROIC? Yes. Yes, thank you for that question, Lexi, no? Mas okay si A in this case kasi tingnan niyo yung ROA niya, yung ROIC niya. Nakakapag-generate siya ng 9 centavos sa bawat piso na binigay sa kanya na operating capital. Si company B, ano na-generate niya? It's 0.01 centavos, 0.01. Hindi nga isang centavo 0.01 centavos. So in terms of efficiency, in terms of being able to generate more operating profit per peso of operating capital, di hamak guys na mas magaling si company A. Despite the fact na mas maliit yung absolute value ng NOPAT niya. Okay, so be careful guys with defining kung mas magaling si isang company over isang company, no? Hindi nyo lang tinitingnan yan sa isang figure. Dapat may comparison, no? Kaya nga diyan papasok yung measures ng kunyari, dati mas ginagamit yung ROE, no? ROE. Return on equity, ginagamit din yung ROA, return on assets. Tapos itong mga formula na to, it's net income after tax. Okay? So you don't look at the net income after tax divided by the total shareholders equity. Total shareholders equity. So ang ginagamit natin ngayon, magkano yung profit per peso of equity? Ito naman, net income after tax divided by total assets. So ang kino-compare natin, sa bawat piso ng asset na binigay ng management, ilan yung net income na generate ng company? That's how we analyze, guys. So do not just look at the net income after tax or the NOPAT, no? At face value. Hindi pa pwede, guys. Kailangan ma-compare natin siya by using ratios. An example, guys, is ROIC. So, ang question, is 9.45 good? Is 9.45% good? Okay, I'm no longer comparing with company B. Okay, I'm comparing now yung 9.45 na to, percent na to, sa company A mismo. So ROIC will always be good if what? If, okay, sana yung ano ko? ROIC, if ROIC is greater than the weighted average cost of capital, okay, then value was created. So we have value creation. On the other hand, if ROIC is less than WACC, then we have value destruction. Value was destroyed. Okay, so some important things here, guys. Do not just take a look at a figure per se. Mas maganda kung nagre-ratio analysis tayo. Kunyari, yung ROIC, magkano yung operating profit per peso of operating capital? Si ROE, magkano yung net income per peso of equity? Si ROA, magkano yung net income per peso of asset? Okay? So Lexi, thank you. You're correct. Mas maganda yung ROIC ni A as compared to B because its ROIC is higher. 9.45% as compared to 0.01%. Ang layo. Okay, so clear guys yung ROIC, return on invested capital. Okay, si ROIC guys may pinsan. Ang pinsan niyan si EVA, si EVA. Halos pareho silang concept. And then they will always yield the same results. Okay? Ano naman si EVA? Pareho tayo magsisimula sa 59,520, yung net operating profit after tax. Okay, so kay EVA, sabi natin 59,520. Okay? Di ba kay ROIC ang ginamit natin, ang kwento, 630 yung beginning capital. Tapos dinidivide natin to get the ROIC. Kay EVA naman, hindi. But it's the same concept. Ang gagawin natin, okay ba to si 59,520? Okay, we can't say it's okay or not kasi basta alam natin na 59,520. How do we determine if it's okay? Magkano ba yung operating capital at the beginning? 630. Okay, libre ba to? Itong 630 na yan? No, hindi libre yan, guys. Investors require something in return. Okay, we're not talking of companies, of individuals that hindi it defies behavioral finance, yung rational behavior ng investors na mag-i-invest sila doon sa isang company kasi love na love nila si San Miguel, love na love nila si Globe, and it doesn't matter if this company does not perform, okay lang kasi support ko na yan kay Globe, support ko na yan kay PLDT, support ko na yan kay San Miguel Beer. Okay? No such thing, guys. No such thing. investors will always require something. Okay? Ang assumption natin dito, rational yung yung investor. Okay, they use their mind, they use their brain in investing. And we're not talking here of investing in NGOs. Yung may mga advocacy. Kunyari, may isang NGO guys na ang mission niya, ang advocacy niya is to support yung mga homeless. Okay, since you believe in that advocacy, nag-invest kayo doon, nabigay kayo ng funding. Okay, you don't expect anything in return. You don't expect that, oy, nabigay ko sa inyo ng 1 million, I expect something in return. Dapat may interest yan. Unless na pinautang nyo, no? Tapos may kontrata na pautang to. But normally guys, pag ganyan, mga funding yan, they will get donor companies. So nag-invest tayo doon, okay? We don't expect anything in return kasi gusto natin na ma-support yung advocacy nila. They have enough funds in order to support, no? Support their mission, which is to help the homeless, etc. Okay, so iba to guys, yung 630 nito, syempre magre-require siya. Ano i-require ng investors natin? I-charge natin, no? For the use of the capital. We're going to use this interest rate, yung WACC. So in other words kasi, may opportunity cost dito sa mga investors. They could have placed this money elsewhere and earn interest. Bakit na ilalagay dito sa company nito? Itong operating capital na to. So para fair guys, to have what we call not an accounting profit but rather economic profit, kasi ang economic profit guys, i-charge natin si management, i-minus natin to. Hindi libre yung capital na yan, hindi libre. Para malaman natin kung talagang kumikita, kung maganda yung performance nyo, okay? Magkano yung operating capital natin at the beginning? 630. I-charge namin kayo for using that, no? Okay? So lalagyan natin dito ng, let's put here, capital charge, no? Capital charge. We charge management for the use of the capital. Okay, so that's 630. Okay, we will multiply this with the WACC, no? Okay, lagyan natin ng pangalan yung WACC guys, just for facilitating WACC. I place a name here. Okay, so our capital charge will be magkano yung capital na ginamit at the beginning, and then magkano yung charge natin. It's the WACC. There. That's the capital charge. Okay. So ang question, okay ba yung performance ng firm? Were they able to create value? Okay. Answer guys is we compute for the EVA, for the EVA, is equal to NOPAT minus yung charge ng capital. Kasi hindi libreng capital. Okay? So this is a very rational, sound way of assessing yung performance ng company. This springs forth from the concept that the capital is not free. Unlike sa accounting profit guys na ganun lang, no? ROA, ROE, walang concept ng EVA, walang concept ng economic value added. By the way guys, yung EVA na to, this was developed by a company called Stern and Stewart. Okay, Stern and Stewart. Stern and Stewart. Letter R yan. Stewart. And may trademark yan guys, yung EVA. May trademark yan. May intellectual property rights yung pangalan ng EVA. Okay, so companies cannot just make use of that, no? Of that measure. Kasi patented yan. May patent yung EVA. Okay, so was value created? Yes. Paano natin malaman if EVA is positive, greater than 0, then meron tayong value creation. On the other hand, if EVA is negative, less than 0, then value was destroyed. Always guys, if ROIC is okay based on WACC, then EVA will not necessarily follow na okay din siya. Kasi pareho lang yung ginagamit natin dito, no? Ginamit natin dito yung NOPAT, ginamit natin dito yung TOC, ginamit natin dito yung WACC. Ganun din guys si ROIC. No? Ginamit natin si NOPAT, ginamit din natin si TOC, tapos kinumpare natin si ROIC with WACC. So all the elements are there. No? That's why we get the same results. All right? Okay, so lastly guys, meron tayong ROIC, return on invested capital, meron tayong economic value added, and lastly, meron tayong market value added. Okay, si market value added, as the name suggests, kailangan natin malaman yung difference ng market price at saka ng book value. So may I invite you guys to insert something here? Insert tayo ng isang row. Okay, kasi kailangan natin dito ng market capitalization. Ibig sabihin yung market value. No? Okay, so we need to know the stock price. Magkano ba yung current stock price ng company? Provided sa atin yan that it's worth 65 pesos daw. Now, ilang shares ang outstanding? Ilang shares ang issued? So there are 15 million shares. Okay, 15,000 lang dito kasi in thousands sama talaga yung figures natin. No? So that's perfectly fine to be consistent with the figures in the balance sheet and the income statement. Yan. So easily guys, we can compute for market capitalization which is just this one times this. Okay, so that's our market capitalization. Okay, so copy na lang natin yung format nito. Okay, pero dapat nasa top lang. No border naman. Mali yung border natin. Okay, so 975 market capitalization ang tawag dyan. Now what we do guys is to compare this with the book value. So market value versus book value. Saan natin kukunin yung book value ng equity? Dito sa balance sheet. Yan. So equity will consist of your common stock and your retained earnings. No? So common stock and your retained earnings will be your total common equity. So it's 544,538. So that's F44, no? So this is F44. So copy ko na lang dito. So this is equal to F44. Yan. So that's 544,538. So ang difference ng market capitalization minus the total common equity, that's 430,462. In the same manner, guys, if market value added is positive, then value is being created for the company. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, ang book value niya 544, pero ang ngayon ang market price niya okay is 975. Ito na guys yung ito na yung capital appreciation. Ito na yung gustong-gusto ng shareholders, no? Kasi ang ang book value ganito lang, pero ang presyo niya talaga sa market is mataas. So that's what we call market value added. Okay? So any questions about ROIC, about EVA at saka MVA, guys? Any questions? Clear ba? Paki-chat naman kung clear or kung clear so far. Yung concept ng return on invested capital. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Now, I'd like to encourage you guys to watch the original video, yung first part. Although ganun naman yung dinidiscuss ko, pareho lang naman. Pero mas mabagal yun, no? Kasi isa-isa natin, hinihimay-himay natin. Ito guys, unfortunately guys, medyo sinamarize ko lang. Kasi nga, we have to keep at par with the other sections. No? Okay, so just a quick summary guys. Dito sa worksheet natin ito, napag-aralan natin yung statement of cash flows. Sabi natin, statement of cash flows, you're able to identify the sources and the uses of cash from operating, investing, financing. Nagsisimula tayo sa net income after tax, operating, add back depreciation and amortization. Ano po yung highlights natin dito? Increase in assets is equal to use of cash. So therefore, ang increase in liabilities and equity, source of cash yun. Tapos yung mga opposites lang. Tapos we go through the balance sheet. Tapos you have to identify kung operating yan, investing, financing. Short-term investments, financing yun. Okay, notes payable or other long-term bonds, ano yun, in financing. Investing, guys, is property, plant, and equipment. Ngayon, may natutunan tayo, guys. Pag net fixed assets, we have to compute for the acquisition. Okay? And we can use goal seek for that, no? Now, kung ang binigay at cost, then automatic. In the difference ng beginning at saka ending, yun na yun. Yun na yung papasok sa investing. Okay? So, dapat yung increase in cash, dapat mag-agree siya dito sa template natin. And then yung net dito sa operating, investing, financing, when we prepare the formal statement of cash flows, nakaseparate siya. Okay, so that was our statement of cash flows, no? So ito naman yung kanina, ito na yung pag-compute ng ROIC, ito na yung EVA at saka yung MVA. Para ma-compute natin siya, kailangan natin ng TOC, no? Kailangan natin ng TOC which we can be computed by NOWC at saka net net fixed assets and etc. No? Okay, so I hope clear naman so far guys yung discussion natin dito. Okay, so we leave this guys and go to the next worksheet. Punta na tayo dito sa common size. Okay, common size tayo guys. Okay, so that's good, we have enough time. Unless may questions guys dun sa ano, I'll pause for a while. May questions ba dun sa ano, dun sa isang worksheet natin kanina? Don't be ashamed guys to ask questions if you have questions there. Okay, wala naman. Okay, sige, thank you. All right, so let's go here. Okay, apologies guys kasi hindi ko nalagay yung pangalan ng company na to. Mag-insert na lang tayo dito sa ano. Kindly insert. Okay, tapos I forgot the name of this company. Actual kasi to, no? XYZ na lang lagay natin. XYZ company. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, meron tayong income statement. Again guys, apologies, dapat mauuna yung current year. So dapat to, nakapresento dapat 2020, then 2019, tapos 2018. Apologies na lang ha. So kung ma-adjust nyo, adjust na lang. Alright, so dito, meron tayong income statement, meron tayong balance sheet. Okay. So we have this information. Question. Kasi hinihingi sa atin yung statement of cash flows. Can we do that? Answer is yes. Kasi hinihingi sa ating statement of cash flows for 2020 because we have balance sheet for 2020 and 2019 and we have income statement for 2020, then okay tayo, magagawa natin yung statement of cash flows. Pero hindi natin gagawin dito yan guys, no? This will serve as your assignment. This will not be collected. Okay? Pero next meeting guys, magko-compare tayo nito. I'll flash my answers. Okay? And then compare nyo na lang. Kung may questions kayo, then I'll answer your questions. Pero kung wala kayong questions guys, I'll assume na pareho tayo. And then next meeting guys, yung gagawin natin dito, I will not be sharing with you this one. Ito. Kasi guys, I'm assuming that I've been sharing the Excel worksheets, no? Pero yung mga bagay-bagay na dapat ginagawa on your own, okay? For you to force you to do it also on your own, I'll not share that with you. Ang isi-share ko lang yung final answer. If you want, you can take the picture para makita nyo kung saan kayo nagkamali, no? Okay, but you do that guys for practice. Otherwise guys, you'll be tempted not to do it on your own and just look at my answer. Also guys, you have to answer this. Ito may mga green ones. Yung mga white ones guys, hindi required, wala na kasi hindi masosolve yan. Pero lahat may mga green, yung NOWC, TOC, yung inaral natin kanina, guys, kindly answer that. And also, itong statement of retained earnings. So next meeting, as an assignment, guys, I'm going to show you my answers here. I'm not going to collect your answers, but I hope, pag tinanong kayong, okay ba, pareho tayong answer, I hope your answer is yes. No? Siyempre, kasi kung hindi nyo sinagot, hindi nyo masasagot yung yes. Okay? But I won't be sharing itong file na to next meeting. Itong gagawin natin ngayon, isi-share ko itong file na to. But again, for next meeting, hindi ko isi-share to. Okay? To force you to do this one. This one, yung TOC din, ito, at saka itong statement of retained earnings. Okay? All right. So, a common size statement, which is also the same as your vertical analysis. Okay, may I ask guys, paki-chat nga kung na-encounter nyo ba yung common size statement analysis sa accounting, no? Sa accounting subject, paki-chat nga please kung yes or no. Have you done this common size statement in your accountancy subjects? Okay, no, good. Good, thank you. Thank you for your feedback, guys. This is good because it's an opportunity to learn new things. Okay. Konti lang talaga sumasagot, no? Kahit yung yes or no lang. Honestly, guys, with that, medyo I feel a bit disappointed lang naman kasi para ang hirap makuha ng ang hirap makuha ng let's say cooperation, no? Pag magtatanong ako ng ganyan, so marami na yung yes or no. Kasi may message na binibigay sa akin eh. Either andyan kayo pero wala kayo. You know what I mean? Andyan kayo, magpapa-attendance kayo, pero after that, you'll do something else. Okay? Kaya may gagawin kayong iba, and then aalis kayo. Anyway, andyan pa naman kayo, nasa participants pa kayo. That's the message it's sending. Kaya nga medyo, I feel in a sense medyo a bit disappointed. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo lagi, sana mag-yes naman lang kayo or no, no? Para alam ko na andyan kayo, you're still there. Okay, but unfortunately, that's not what I'm getting. May isang section lang ako nakakuha na gano'n na talagang grabe, 100% halos yung participation ng lahat. Sana yung ibang hindi nagpa-participate, sana kahit paano, no? It will help me a lot also in at least knowing that you're there, you're present in the moment, kasi you're supposed to be here, attending our class and listening and also doing your worksheet. Okay, so itong common size statement, guys, since ang sabi ng ilan lang sa inyo, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 out of 33, no? Okay, hindi man lang tayo umabot ng 1/3. 1/3 lang pala. 1/3 of 33 kasi is 11. That's really a poor batting average, no? Sana man lang umabot tayo ng 70%, 80%. Okay. Sorry guys, medyo nag-aano lang ako, nagsasabi lang ako sa inyo ng sentiment ko. Sana simple questions lang naman, yes or no. Sana wag niyo na ipagkait sa akin 'yon para ibig sabihin nun naririnig niyo yung explanation ko. Okay, common size statement, guys. Okay. Common size statement. Common. So naiintindihan naman natin yung common, ano? Which is just the same as vertical analysis. Pag sinabing common, pareho, no? Pareho. So, bakit siya tinawag na common size statement? Kasi every year, guys, kunyari for 2018, lahat ng mga accounts dito, sales, cost of goods sold, etc., all the accounts will be referenced to one common figure, one common number. So, if you're working with the income statement, ang common size natin will be sales. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, lahat will be divided by sales. So that yung mga figures na makukuha natin will be in terms of peso sales. Pag balance sheet naman, ang common natin will be our total assets or total liabilities and equity kasi pareho lang naman yan. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so sa 2018 common size, dapat sales over sales ng 2018, cost of goods sold over sales, other expenses over sales, net income after tax over sales. Lahat, guys, lahat should be divided by sales. So what should be our formula here? Anyone would like to volunteer? Ano yung formula natin dito? Pwede i-unmute yung sarili nyo para mas mabilis tayo. Any suggestion, guys? What should be our formula here sa common size statement sa sales? Anyone, guys? Suggestion? Okay, average and thank you, Sophia, for your answer. Pero ganito So ang common size natin for 2018 will be sales over sales, cost of goods over sales, other expense over sales, everything divided by sales. Okay, tama, Rian. So what will be my formula here, Rian? Tama, sales over sales. Pagdating dito, cost of goods sold over sales. Kasi nga ang benchmark natin, ang reference natin, sales lang lagi. For 2018, it should be the sales of 2018. For 2019, it should be the sales of 2019, etc. Okay, so what should be my formula here, Rian? Any suggestion kung anong formula natin? Equal to? Anong cell? Could you identify the cell? Anyone, please? Anong cell? Okay, thank you, Ron. C5. C5 then. C5. Thank you, Ivan. C5 then is equal to C5. Then what? C5 then. Okay, C5 divided by C5. Thank you. Thank you, Ivan. C5 divided by C5. Okay? If I press enter. Okay, now ang gusto natin guys, isang formula lang. Kaya pag kinopy down ko to, no, hindi pa pwede. Kasi gumagalaw yung cell natin, naging C6 over C6. C7 tama, pero yung C7, yung numerator na C7 tama, pero yung denominator mali na. So how do we change this so that tama yung formula natin in such a way that isang formula lang, copy down na tayo, tapos na tayo. Any suggestion? Any suggestion, guys? What do we do para laging divided by sales of 2018? Okay, name the cell. Okay, thank you, John Reed. No? Okay, that can be one solution. So, John Reed, is it okay to unmute yourself? Anong in-name ko dito?
Coach, yung C5 po.
Okay, thank you, John Reed. And then, let's name it as ano? Ano gusto mo?
Sales. Pwede po sales.
Sales. Lagyan natin ng 2018, no?
Okay po.
Okay, sales 2018. Para alam natin na ito, sales ng 2018. Okay. So what will now be my formula, John Reed? Is equal to?
C5.
C5.
Divided by sales 2018.
Ito din, C5 din, no? Okay, pag naging ganyan yung formula natin, guys, may problem din tayo, no? Kasi yung sales 2018 magiging fixed na yan. So 1 din ang kakalabasan. Okay, kasi na-fix natin yung C5. Okay, so kahit saan na tayo pumunta, panay sales 2018 na yan. So that's the problem, guys, with giving a name to cell. Tapos pag i-copy natin yung formula, sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not. So how do we change this? Very easy, no? Okay, sabihin ko na yung answer, guys, ha? Yung sales 2018 sa denominator, tama yan. Dapat naka-fix dyan. Pero ito, yung sa numerator, mali ba to? Guys, is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong. Kasi ayaw natin na naka-fix din dito. So anong gagawin ko dito, guys? What do I do here? If I link to C5, talagang drag down, dinag down ko na, no? Let's see, pag dinag down ko to, I dragged it down, we get the wrong answer. It's still sales over sales 2018, sales 2018. So mali. We need to adjust the formula. So paano natin i-adjust to? Tama yung denominator. Ayan. Thank you, Ron. Replace first sales 20. Ano to? Denominator or numerator? Ron. Numerator. Yan. Tama, no? Now, wag natin gagamitin sales 2018 kasi naka-fix yan eh. Rather, we can just type C5. Ito yung sinasuggest ni Ron. Yan. Thank you, Ron. No? So, sabi ni Ron, gawin natin C5 divided by sales 2018. So, ang technique doon, guys, wag natin ililink sa C5. Kasi pag link natin sa C5 with the mouse, lalabas talaga yung pangalan. So, instead of that, guys, ang gawin natin, C5. You type C5. Okay? So, ang naka-fix ngayon si sales 2018. Okay, si C5 hindi. Okay, Control Enter. And then, yeah. Okay. Now we have the right answer. No? We have now the right answer. Liitan lang natin yung, yung decimals kasi masyadong madami. Okay, gawin lang natin 3 decimal places. Okay, that's correct, guys. So, how do we know this is correct? Number 1, ang 100% natin si sales. So that's correct. Kasi si sales ang pinakamalaking figure dito sa income statement. So everything, pag dinivide natin sa sales should be 100%. The rest should be less than 1. Okay? Kasi wala kang makikitang number dito na greater than the sales. So therefore, the highest number here in the common size statement should be 1. And that should be the sales figure. No? Okay? So very good, no? So, can we now copy this to the right? Kasi gusto natin isang formula lang eh. No? Can I now copy this formula na to? Itong buong to, pwede ko na bang i-copy to the right? If I do that, guys, what happens? Okay. If I do that, we'll have a problem, no? Tama, Lexi, we'll have a problem. Paki-share guys sa sa to everybody yung mga yung mga comments nyo, no? Bakit guys? Una-una mali ito kasi dapat ang common size statement natin sa 2019 dapat 1 lang din to, no? But it's turning out to be 1.7 sa 2020 2.05. Bakit? What was our formula? Ayun. D5, yung denominator natin naka-fix pa rin sa naka-fix pa rin sa sa 2018, no? Okay? So, there's a way to address that para yung sales 2018 hindi siya naka-fix doon. But let me just answer that question. Angat ko lang ito ng konti. Okay, so anong gagawin natin? For now, guys, hindi natin gagamitin si For now, hindi natin gagamitin si sales. Gamitin natin si C5 pa rin. Okay? Pero pwede natin gamitin si sales 2018. And there's a way to do that para pag kinapi natin yung kanina, no? Okay? Pag kinapi ko to, hindi na magiging sales 2018 dito. Magiging sales 2019 na siya. Okay? Magiging ganun na. And then, but we're not going to discuss that now. Kasi we will just focus on first using yung generic na formula C5. Okay? So, how do we fix C5 yung denominator? We can make use of this. Kita nyo to guys? Do you notice yung yung nagkakaroon ng dollar sign when I'm pressing a particular key? Okay? Kita nyo yun guys, no? Okay, let me explain that. Ano yun? So we make use of the concept of variable and absolute figures. Okay, dali may nag-chat. Okay. All right. So review. Okay, let's take a look at the C5, no, the cell. Now we can change the referencing of C5 when we copy this formula by inserting dollar. Oops. $5 and then $C $5. Okay. Ano ibig sabihin yan, guys? Okay, this means when you see dollar sign, guys, sa isang cell reference, kung sino yung sinusundan niya, ito C, no? It means naka-fix yan. So this means fix column C, but not row 5. Not row 5. Kasi walang $C5 eh. Ito naman, fix. Saan nakaposition yung dollar? That's before 5, no? Fix row 5, but not column C. Okay? And then ito, fix both column C and row 5. Okay? So yan ang gamit, guys, ng dollar sign. Now, malaking tulong yan, no? It has a lot of help. Tingnan natin ito. So here, we write C5. Okay, C5. Tapos, anong pinapress ko, guys? Bakit nagbabago-bago mabilis yung cell reference? Am I pressing something here? Okay, I'm pressing. Okay, may nag-chat. Okay, thank you, Francine. Yeah, you're correct. Paki-share na lang sa lahat. Lexi and Francine, paki-share sa lahat, guys. Okay, yan. F4, guys, F4. You can press F4 after do not highlight everything, guys, no? Kasi pag highlight nyo everything, lahat yan magbabago, no? Ang kailangan lang natin yung denominator kasi yung denominator lang ang gusto natin i-fix. Okay, let's fix this. $C, $5, guys, ibig sabihin naka-fix yung column C at saka yung row 5. If we do that, ano mangyayari? If I copy the formula, yan. So tama, no? Tama. If you take a look at this formula, nakafix siya sa sales ng 2018. However, guys, if we copy this to the right, mamamali tayo, no? Mali. Bakit? Kasi tingnan nyo, nakafix pa rin si sales sa 2018, no? And where we go here, okay? Doon niya dinidivide sa sales ng 2018. So how do we address this, guys? How do we correct this? How do we modify the formula para one formula lang tapos tama na sa lahat ng cell? That's our objective. That's what we want, no? Isang formula lang tapos madadrag na natin sa lahat ng cell. Okay, thank you, Janry, no? Janry, paki-explain bakit si $5. Janry, paki-share sa lahat, please, yung answer mo.
Sir, kasi yung sales po, yung row 5.
Paki-share mo muna yung answer mo to everyone. Kasi this is the correct answer.
C fix 5 po. So C6 fix 5.
No?
Apo.
Sige, paki-share mo, copy-paste mo na lang para makita ng lahat. Yan, okay. So that's the answer of Janry, which is correct, no? Bakit Janry? Bakit si $5?
Sir, kasi gusto natin yung sales po ng 2019. And yung sales po ng 2019 is column D, row 5 po. So hindi po natin siya i-fix yung columns po.
Yan, okay. Very good, very good. So, dapat guys, kung i-copy natin siya to 2019, dapat move siya sa column D, no? So, it's wrong to fix column C. Pero tama na si row 5 ang naka-fix para hindi siya aalis dito sa row na to. Nasa sales row lang siya. Okay, so we change our formula dapat. Yan, it's not $C5 kasi pag $C5 naka-fix si column C. So it should be C$5. Okay? And then when you press that, guys, anong pine-press nyo pag nalagay nyo na yung formula na yan? Sige nga, paki-chat nga. Ano yung pine-press nyo? What do you press? Once you're done with this formula. Okay, kunyari, C5 divided by C$5. Ano ipapress nyo? Para makuha nyo yung answer. Okay, enter. Thank you. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Sophie. Yung iba, guys, ano ipapress nyo? Hello. What do you press in order to get the answer? Okay, yeah, correct. Enter, di ba? Okay, I'm sure 100% of you will say answer. Will say enter. Okay, let's just see what happens when you press enter. Okay, so this is another technique, another very quick tip lang to, no? If I press enter, saan pupunta yung cell? Anyone? Paki-unmute na lang. Saan pupunta yung cell? Pag press ko yung enter. Okay, pupunta siya sa, okay, it will go to, sa baba, C6, G6, di ba? Thank you. You're correct. It will go to the next row. Okay, pagpunta ko sa di ba? Ito yung formula natin. Then enter, it will go to the next row. And then what do I do? Babalik na naman ako dito. Kasi gusto ko yung formula na ito, ikakopy ko di ba? Right? Tama ba, guys? Tama? Nag-enter ako dito, enter. Tapos, babalik na naman ako dito kasi andi dito yung formula na gusto kong i-copy. Okay, so it's a waste of time, guys. No? So instead of just pressing enter, para mas madali, guys, para hindi kayo umalis sa cell na yan, para andyan pa rin kayo, ano ipapress nyo? So these are just small tips. No? Do not press enter, but rather, okay, tab. Pag tinab ko, guys, tab, okay, pupunta naman siya sa kanan, no? So hindi 'yon. Okay, so what do I press? Can you try, guys, ito? Tingnan niyo anong press ko? O ando doon pa rin siya, no? I want it to be there para copy kagad and then copy kagad. Yan. All right? Shift enter. Okay. Okay, it's supposed to be control enter, no? Control enter. So press control enter. Depende rin sa keyboard nyo. Subukan nyo shift enter kung parehong lalabas. Shift enter. Okay. Shift enter, aakyat siya. No? It will go up. Pero control enter, it will remain the same. It will remain there. Sa makyata, command enter, paki-check na lang. No? Oh, pag shift enter, yes, Sophia. Pag shift enter, aakyat siya. No? Pero kapag pag control enter, it will remain there. Okay, so small tips and then copy to the right or down, you get the same answer. Copy to the right, copy down. There. We now have our common size statement. Okay, yeah, simple tips guys na makakatulong din, no? Kasi pag ganyan yung ginagawa nyo, pagsama-sama nyo yung time spent ng ganun, that will accumulate. Okay, so we now have our common size statement. Now, ang gagawin natin dyan guys, kailangan i-copy natin yung format ng income statement natin. Ika-copy din natin yung mga borders, yan. Okay, top and bottom border here. And then dito magda-double border tayo para okay. All right. Now we have the common size statement. May vertical analysis na tayo. So ano ibig sabihin ng mga to, guys? Kunyari 0.834. What's the meaning of 0.834? Yung 0.834 na yan, guys, okay, review. 0.834 na yan, it's actually 0.883 na lang, divided by 1. Okay, that's the whole expression for that, no? Bakit? Dinivide natin ang sales, cost of goods sold divided by sales. So it turns out that sales is 1, cost of goods sold is 0.83. So ano ibig sabihin yun? Sa bawat piso ng sales, guys, gumagastos tayo ng 83 centavos. Okay? Para mabenta yung product na yun. Okay, yung cost lang ng to produce the goods, no? Cost of goods sold. Yung total cost natin is 93. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Sa bawat piso ng benta natin, around 94 centavos doon ang nagastos natin para mabenta yung product. So ibig sabihin, 6 centavos na lang yung operating profit natin. Tapos nabawasan pa yan, 2 centavos na lang, 2.6 centavos na lang yung bottom line, yung net income, no? So ganun yung kinikita natin. Yun na lang. So it's good kasi naka-express siya in terms of sales. So everything there is expressed in terms of sales. Sa bawat piso ng sales, ang net income natin 2.6 centavos. Okay? Right? Sa bawat piso ng sales, ang operating profit natin 6.1 centavos lang. So it's easy now to express this. It's easy now to, unlike this one guys, absolute figures kasi ito, ang hirap ma-express yung relationship ng net income kaysa sa sales. Dito kitang-kita natin, sa pisong sales, ilan yung bottom line natin? 2.6 centavos. Okay? So that's for 2018. Ganoon din sa 2019. Okay, makikita natin dito na ang cost of sales natin 0.85, no? In fact, dito guys, ang total cost natin per peso of sales is 0.99. Halos wala na tayong kinita, no? Yeah, correct, no? Ang baba talaga. Lalo na sa 2019. Sa 2019. Pero guys, okay, 0.026, again, hindi natin basta-basta masasabi dito na mababa ito, no? Kailangan natin i-compare ngayon dun sa benchmark company natin. For all you know, guys, yung direct competitor natin, ang common size, ang net income lang is 1.5 centavos. So that means, guys, na mas maganda yung performance natin kaysa dun sa benchmark company natin. Ganun yung pag-analyze yan. At face value lang natin masasabi na 2.6 centavos yung profit per peso of sales. But is it good or bad? Wait, yung good or bad na yun, kailangan ang operative word natin, kailangan, okay, ito, sasabihin ko na, ang operative word natin dyan, benchmark. Benchmark against what? Dalawa. Benchmark against time and benchmark against competitor. Yan. Para masabi natin kung good or bad yan, kailangan naka-benchmark, no? Against time and against the competitor. Bakit? Tingnan nyo to, guys. Example. Okay, net income margin natin, yung net income percentage natin, 2.6 centavos per peso of sales. Is it good or bad? Well, relative to 2019, okay siya, no? Kasi tingnan mo sa 2019, no? 2019, net loss. So sa bawat piso na nabenta natin, lugi tayo ng 1.6 centavos. Okay? So is 2018 good? 2.6? Compared to 2019, mas magaling siya. Compared to the competitor, kung meron tayong figure ng competitor, kaya nga kailangan natin guys ng benchmark para mas maganda yung analysis natin. Okay? Okay, compared to 2020 guys, mas maganda si 2020. Okay, nagko-compare tayo over time. 2020 beats 2019 and 2018. Kasi per peso of sales, 3.6 centavos yung kinikita natin dito during 2020. 2019, sabi natin, lugi tayo, no? Si 2018, 2.6 centavos lang. Di hamak na mas malaki si 2020. Okay, in fact, kung titingnan din natin dito guys, ang cost natin is 93 centavos per peso of sales. So may profit pa tayo na 7 centavos, no? Operating profit na 7 centavos per peso of sales. Sa 2018, 6 centavos lang. Dito sa 2018, wala ngang 1 centavo eh. It's 0.3 centavos lang. No? Okay, so you can see the discrepancy. So anong gamit nun? Sa analysis guys, in the real world, titingnan niya ng management. Bakit ganun yung natin, yung mga ratios natin? Saan tayo nagfe-fail? Is it in the acquisition? Kasi sa cost of goods sold natin dito, no? Kasama yung raw materials dito. So siguro andi dito 'yon, no? Sa cost of goods sold natin. Siguro yung pagkuha natin ng raw materials ngayon, mas mataas kaysa last year. Mas mataas nga kaysa 2020, di ba? So bakit ganun? Nagkaroon ba ng negligence as far as operations is concerned? Hindi ba sila nakapaghanap ng magandang source ng raw material? O kaya yung raw material na bili nila, guys, hindi kaya ang daming wastage nun, ang daming nasira, kaya lumaki yung cost natin ng paggawa ng goods. Okay, so these are questions that management has to answer. Yan ang gamit ngayon, guys. So hindi lang ito numbers basta-basta. So hihimayin yan, titingnan, no? Titingnan over time. Okay, over time, ano nangyari sa sa operating cost ratio natin? Over time, ano nangyari sa net profit margin natin? Over time, ano nangyari sa operating profit margin natin? Okay, yung margin, ibig sabihin ng over sales, itong common size statement. Okay? So, is that clear, guys? Clear itong pag-analyze natin ang vertical analysis. Okay, again, benchmark against time. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that answer. Okay, benchmark against time. Okay, salamat salamat Francine, Austin, salamat. Okay, and the others who also answered, Kyrene, good. Okay, I'm happy guys na you're paying heed to my request. Salamat, no? Salamat. Okay, much appreciated yung pag-chat nyo, pag-answer nyo. Okay, good. Okay, so hindi lang vertical analysis yung titingnan natin, no? Hindi lang per year, but across the years. So yung across the years, guys, that's best answered by horizontal analysis. Kaya horizontal kasi you go across time, no? Sorry, this is horizontal analysis. Okay. Okay, mali yung pag-type ko. Kasi ko lang analysis. Horizontal analysis, guys. Okay, paano yun? So paki-change lang to, guys. This should be period 2018 up to 2019. Okay, we're taking a look at that. And then this one, hala, 213 na. Hala. Okay, naku, matatapos na pala tayo. I have 219 to 2020. Okay. Okay, quickly now, guys. So itong gagawin lang natin, yung percentage growth lang, no? So you recall last time, guys, to get the percentage growth, the current value divided by the previous value minus 1. Okay, so I can't use sales here, 2018. I have to replace this by C5. Okay. And then for this one, guys, wala tayong papalitan na wala tayong i-fix kasi gusto nating gumalaw siya, no, sa lahat ng items. Control Enter. Okay. And then let me increase the okay, 0.7. Copy to the left. Copy. There. That's now your horizontal analysis. Okay, again guys, lagyan ng lagyan ng mga borders. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? So mali yung border ko dito, no? Should be top and bottom lang. Ay, mali. top and bottom. Okay. Ano ibig sabihin nito, guys? This represents the increase, no? Increase. Pwede nyo gawing ano to, ano, percentage. So you can make this as percentage. Okay, if you want that. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Yung sales ng 2018, between 2018 and 2019, it increased by 70%. In fact, mas mababa nga nung 2019, 2020. Guys, it's already time. May I request lang, guys, kung pwedeng 2 to 3 minutes. Tapusin ko lang i-explain to. Do I have your permission, guys? Please. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Nagpapaalam lang ako, guys, kasi I respect your time kasi baka may gagawin pa kayo. Just 3 minutes, no? So, thank you so much, no? Okay, so, lagyan natin ng border tong sales natin. So, sales increased by 70%. Now, kung titingnan natin, guys, yung 2018-2019 na period, okay, tumaas yung sales ng 70%, no? In fact, sa 2019, 20% lang eh. But, between that, mas malaki yung increase ng 2018 to 2019 kaysa 2019 to 2020, no? Which is good. Kaso, we have a problem here. No? Sales increased by 70%, cost increased by 73.88%. Total cost increased by 80.49%. That's the problem. Mas malaki pa yung increase ng cost kaysa sa sales. Okay, so you have a problem there. Compared to 2019 to 2020, 20% yung increase dito ng sales, pero ang cost tumaas lang ng 60%. In fact, ang total operating cost, ang tinaas lang niya, 12.31%. Kung titingnan natin yung EBIT, guys, negative 91.66%. Ano ibig sabihin ng negative dito? It means bumaba. No? 209, naging 17. Ang laki ng baba. Diba? 91%, 92% ang binaba. While here, guys, from 2019 to 2020, grabe, 2,700% yung increase. From 17 to 502. That's very good, guys. So ang ganda ng performance natin in moving from 2019 to 2020. Pero palpak from 2018 to 2019. Okay, so pag negative, guys, it means okay, no? It means, decrease. Pero may problem tayo dito, no? Itong 366 na to. Kasi kung titingnan natin to, from negative 158 to 422, that should be an increase, di ba? That's an increase. Kaso negative. Kasi guys, ang problem natin, yung value in the previous year, no? It's negative. So magkakaroon tayo ng negative, which is wrong. Dapat hindi negative yan. So dapat gawin natin itong absolute figure, absolute, no? Para maging para maging positive. Alright. So ang challenge sa inyo, guys, baguhin niyo itong formula na to so that kung negative yung previous value, no? Kung negative yung previous value, okay pa rin yung formula. And mag-compare na lang tayo ng notes next meeting, no? So dapat kasi positive to, pero lumalabas na I had to change this manually. Dapat dito sa formula natin dito, makapture na yung change na yun. So that will require an if statement kung ang previous niya ay negative. Okay? Alright, lastly guys, ito, so ang common size statement pag balance sheet, it should be the asset divided by the total asset, no? So ganyan lang yung formula. Tapos baguhin na lang din yung yung format. Tapos sundin nyo guys yung format ng no? Just follow the format. Okay. So everything divided by total assets. Dito naman sa liquidity, everything divided by total liabilities and equity. So pareho lang. Okay, this one. Fix, control enter. Okay, change na lang yung format guys. So that's for the balance sheet. And then for the horizontal, ganun din. It's equal to present divided by previous minus 1. Okay? Ganun lang. Okay, in fact, we can copy this. No? Control C, Control V. Pwede din dito yun. Yan, kasi it's still the present. Yan. All right. Okay, so that ends our discussion for today, guys. Maraming salamat sa patience nyo. Thank you so much for the patience. Tapusin nyo na lang to guys, no? Okay, but I'm also going to post this. Pero hindi ko ipopost yung shortcut formula. Ipapakita nyo sa akin next meeting yan. Okay. With that, guys, let's end our discussion. Maraming salamat. I'll stop recording.